I never saw Super Mario Bros. While it was in the theater. Jurassic Park came out 2 weeks after it, and I was obsessed with that for about a year. I finally saw the movie when it came out on VHS in '94, and like most people, I was confused.
Goomba!
It looked nothing like the video game. It was blasphemous, offensive, a gross misrepresentation of the Nintendo franchise. But now that I've watched it as an adult, I actually kinda enjoy it. Just pretend for a moment that it's not about the Mario Brothers and it becomes a bizarre movie about two Brooklyn plumbers fighting dinosaur people with decent special effects for the time and a great cast. That's not to say the movie doesn't have other issues. There's a glaring lack of consistency in tone and style, which can be blamed on its troubled production. Look, I like to focus on the movie in my reviews, but sometimes you can't do that correctly without talking about external factors. So let's just get this out of the way. Nintendo and the producers first wanted Super Mario Bros. To be something teens and adults would enjoy, a little gritty and edgy, like early 90s MTV. So they hired directing couple Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel, who had directed several music videos and also created Max Headroom 20 Minutes into the Future. But early in production, Nintendo and the producers had a change of heart. They wanted something more accessible and family-friendly. Throughout the entire movie, you can see these two visions clashing. There's moments of goofy comedy.
Nice job.
And then parts that seem a little too adult for a kid's movie. The dance scene at the nightclub? Yeah, that originally had strippers in it. The script was rewritten constantly, which disgruntled the actors. Bob Hoskins as Mario says the movie is his biggest regret. Dennis Hopper, who played King Koopa, just gave up and didn't even bother memorizing his lines. Despite all that, these two still give a decent performance. John Leguizamo playing Luigi was less critical of the movie and even promoted it during the 20th anniversary. Although he does admit he and Hoskins got drunk on set constantly to cope with the toxic directors. By the end of filming, no one expected the movie to be any good, but Nintendo was confident it would do well due to the Mario brand. But they were wrong.
Stupid.
The movie tanked, making only $21 million domestic with a budget of $48 million. That's probably why we didn't get another Nintendo movie until Detective Pikachu. In the movie's defense, it didn't have much to work with. Nintendo never gave Mario and Luigi much of a personality or story. That all had to be made up, so here's what the film went with. A giant meteor didn't actually wipe out the dinosaurs, it sent them to another dimension where they evolved into humans. A portal between our world and theirs is accidentally opened, and King Koopa wants to invade our world by capturing a diamond held by a princess who had escaped into our world. So the Mario Brothers must rescue the princess and defeat Koopa to save humanity.
See you later, alligator.
Despite all the negativity, there's still some things I like about this movie. It's scored by Alan Silvestri, who composed the music for Back to the Future and a lot of other movies. There's a good amount of special effects that were very impressive by 1993's standards. Renowned production designer David Snyder created the set, including Dino Hatton. It doesn't really fit this movie, but the city still looks fantastic and resembles his work in Blade Runner. Super Mario Bros. Was the first live-action video game movie, so let's give it a little credit. It actually turned out pretty good considering the disastrous production and lack of a singular vision. If you haven't seen this movie since your childhood, I say it's worth watching again.